Some of you might remember when I did a story on police officers out of New York, and they had like a bad cop list of these cops. They really should have been fired. But see, the problem with NYPD is that police union. They are the biggest problem. To me, there should be no police union. If there was no police union, it would be much easier to do away with bad cops. But they keep the union in place so they can justify keeping a lot of these cops are bigger criminals than the people they go after on the streets. But see, America likes slimy cops. That's why they keep putting them on the police force. They like them mean, rootless, uncaring, unconcerned killers. That's what they like. And that's what they got on their forces. Undesirables, nasty, rootless people. So, ladies and gentlemen, these two cops, NYPD, and one thing about the NYPD, y'all, it don't even matter if it's a black cop. Their cops are so slimy, you don't want no dealings with any of them. So these were two cops busted for pickpocketing money from motorists they pulled over in integrity test, DA. But you got a police union that will defend these two cops and tell you the cops aren't getting any respect. Well, what kind of respect are these cops showing the public? Out here pickpocketing people? But you still got people in this country that believe you should be able to trust cops. Yeah, right. So this came out in the New York Daily News, January 28th, 2020. This is a disgrace. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the face of American cops. This is the face of the cops here. A pair of NYPD officers went before a Manhattan judge Tuesday on charges they pickpocketed money from a driver after a car stop, authorities said. Police officer Joseph Stokes and his partner Jose Aracena were snagged in what the department calls an integrity test on Staten and Orchard Streets on the Lower East Side on October 29th. The motorist they pulled over was an undercover cop pretending to be drunk. And prosecutors said the duel was caught on camera copping cash. So these two dumb mofos pickpocketed under oh, dumbasses. Ooh, dumb. Stokes 40 found 4,800 in several stash cans that look like Arizona fruit punch in the undercover car, authorities said. He claimed he tossed the cans into a passing garbage truck and didn't vouch the money, prosecutor said, but he is seen on surveillance video hiding the cans under his car at the 7th Precinct parking lot, police said. Two cash-filled cans were found by cops later that day. A hidden camera inside the undercover cop's car captured Aracena, 35, taking $120 from the glove box and $100 from the center console, none of which was vouched, prosecutor said. So when they did their police report, they didn't mention the money. These officers are accused of stealing from someone they believe to be a perpetrator of a crime. In other words, someone who might have been met with disbelief had they come forward to report a theft by police officers. Manhattan District Attorney Cy Vance Jr. Aracena is facing charges of petty larceny and official misconduct. Stokes is charged with grand larceny and official misconduct. Both cops were suspended by the NYPD. Stokes' version of events is very different. He said he and Aracena vouched several $100s into evidence and that the undercover motorist asked him to get an Arizona can from his car and bring it to his cell. He obliged, only the can was a dummy container, and the man he busted pulled out a wad of cash. The account detailed in a $100 million notice of claim Stokes filed against the city last week. So this is little shady ass black cop right here. Yeah, he's no different. You know what I mean? NYPD, you can't trust any of these guys. None of them. None of them are trustworthy. According to the legal paperwork, Stokes said he turned on his body camera, vouched the money, and found nothing when he searched the car. He claimed he was targeted and arrested on trumped up charges because he busted a friend of NYPD Commissioner James O'Neill for drunk driving. Stokes said he's in trouble with the department starting on Allen and Stanton Street on the Lower East Side on April 29, 2018, when he pulled over a restaurateur driving a flashy Audi two-seater. The man he stopped told Stokes he was pals with O'Neill and NYPD Chief Jeffrey Madry, and even showed off pictures of himself with Madry from earlier that night, legal papers state. The driver repeatedly tried to call O'Neill and Mandry and finally got a woman believed to be the commissioner's secretary on the phone. When Stokes took the man's cell phone to talk to her, she instructed Stokes to proceed with making the arrest, according to Stokes' notice of claim. He's telling me I'm going to effing make you pay, Stokes told the Daily News before his arrest. A few months later, I get a call from IAB. They told me that he stated that I took $30,000 from this car. Stokes said, considering quitting the NYPD. I can't trust him. I can't work for someone I can't trust, he said. When the storm is over, I'm going to make my decision at that point. The NYPD declined to comment on the notice of claim. You know what, ladies and gentlemen? Our people don't have no business being cops up in here anyway. Look at the way these cops treat our community. And then you want to be a cop and get out here and mistreat your own, you know? So these cops, I've heard some horror stories from black cops. And the fact that they still want to be out here on these police force, that says a lot. Boy, I tell you, the slave mentality runs deep. But he done got caught up in some trouble. Him and this Hispanic cop up here. You know, the bottom line is, I think the NYPD is by far one of the worst police forces in the country. You know, I did a story probably around last year how people will try to file complaints on these NYPD officers and they done got so bold, y'all, they won't take the police report. So you go in there to file a complaint, they will not take your police report. And even if you do fill out a paper, a form that they give you to complain, they take that form and throw it right in the trash. And yes, I did that story probably like around last spring, you know, and this is also the same place that got mad because they were picketed so much. They stopped patrolling the black neighborhood. Crime went down. Okay. I guess they thought, you gonna need the police. You gonna need us. And as soon as they stepped out of the way in protest because they didn't like that people were protesting the police, as soon as they left the community, things got better in the community. So that just go to show you the cops are they're the ones keeping the crime going out here. There's your proof right there. So I love it when some of you boneheads out here try to come forward and try to act like these cops are so needed. No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not. And anytime they try to tell you that, always tell them the New York story, y'all. How when they stopped patrolling in certain communities, the crime went down without the cop. That says it all right there. They're the ones keeping it going. But y'all, please tell me what you think about these cops that got busted for pickpocketing motorists. I mean, and even the black cop and his story about stopping the commissioner and the police chief friend. So what? You know, if you weren't in that job turning on your own people, that would not have happened. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.